Are you ready? Are you ready to be inspired? Okay, this is what I want to teach you today. My project for you today is what I'm calling creative gift canvases. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I have 4 different canvases, and I do have kits available for each. Okay, you can pick and choose. We've had a few people already pre-order from the Jingle and Mingle group, and thank you so much for your orders. So I want to talk to you about this canvas, and then we're going to actually make one. Okay, so I want to show you this one right here. This is the big guy himself. Beautiful, beautiful Santa. I want you to see that he's sparkling, his beard, he's magical, he's so cute. This is a 6x6 by 1.5 chunky canvas. Really cute, has pretty ribbon. All of these items will be in the kit for you. The Jingle Bells. I think it's fun to give things that, I love the jingly sound at Christmas, just really cute. So this project is geared towards somebody in their life that you want to give what I call a little something to. Okay. So who are those people? Let's talk about that. It could be your hairdresser, your hairstylist, right? It could be a teacher, right? One of your kids' teachers. It could be your best friends, right? It could be your besties. It could be your coworkers. It could be your neighbors, right? Somebody that you want to give a little something to. And I'm going to show you how we can even make this more personal and more fun. This canvas isn't just any ordinary canvas. And we've done these for different occasions: graduation, birthday, baby, all the things. Okay. But if you turn this over, so you're not only gifting a piece of beautiful Christmas decor that they can keep and treasure for as long as they want, right? On the back, we have created this cute little gift pocket. Okay, this fun little gift pocket. All the papers, the tags, everything you need would be in the kit for this. And it's great because now we've also incorporated a card, right? You could write a sentiment on here. You could stamp a sentiment on here. You could add photos if you want and make it a memory, like a memory keeper type gift. You could add photos, anything you want to add on here. And you can even make it a little more fun because it's a great creative way to gift a gift card. Okay, so perfect. There are a lot of us that want to give things but don't necessarily have time to make really, big things for everyone in our life. I love to gift handmade myself. So this is a great way to give my neighbor maybe a gift card to their favorite restaurant, right? Or maybe let's look at this one. I'm going to show you all of them. So there's Santa, but look at this one. This one is these cute snowmen, and they have a food truck which serves coffee and cookies. Coffee and cookies, or hot chocolate. Maybe you could think of this as hot chocolate and cookies. But again, on the back, what could we do? We could stick, well, this isn't to Starbucks, but you could stick their favorite coffee shop gift card in there, right? Super cute. Teachers. I happen to have, my oldest daughter is a 3rd grade teacher. You guys, teachers don't need more candles. They don't need, well, I shouldn't say that. My daughter loves candles. They don't need a lot of school themey stuff. Give them something that they can put on display at home, and give them a gift card like to Walmart or Office Supply. You wouldn't believe how many teachers have to buy a lot of their own supplies for their kids. Okay, so something like that, right? Look how cute that one is. It's kind of hard to see the sparkle, but hopefully you can see that. So that's one option. Another one, this one's just a good general one. It just says Merry Christmas. Look at the pretty ribbons. Every kit has their own specific ribbon. All of them have the Jingle Bells. All of them have the cards and everything on the back, right? So super cute. And then who doesn't love a red truck? This is a cute red truck with a cute little Santa gnome in the back of the truck. Very, very cute. And again, just a great way to gift, right? A little something to someone. Think about even coworkers, right? If you wanted to give something to a coworker, and again, if you want to add a little gift card in there or something, it could be really, really fun. All right. So why would I want to make these in advance of Christmas? Why would I want to do this in advance of Christmas? You guys, let's chat. This is Jingle and Mingle. The mingle part is the conversation. Okay. Why would you want to do these ahead of time? I'm going to show you really simply. We're going to do some very simple napkin art. Super easy. If you've never crafted before, you can do this. Okay. I assure you. But why would you want to do this? Yeah, it's great to have your stockpile ready to go, right? They're ready to go. All you have to do is finish off your sentiments or whatever, and that is going to cut a lot of time out of your Christmas frenzy, right? The shopping frenzy. And you can plan in advance. And I just think it's a really fun thing to give something that's handmade, but also serves as your card with your sentiment, could also serve as a memory keeper with photos, could also serve as a creative way to give a gift card, right? Super, super easy to do. So we're going to jump into this and get started. Let me show you what's in your kit. Or you can make these out of your own stash at home. That's completely fine. I'm going to go ahead and do the Santa one. I'm going to do the big guy here. Since we have been putting so many good prizes into his bag that are all going to be shipped to our grand prize winner, we're going to go ahead and celebrate Santa today. So this is a 6x6 chunky canvas. When you get your kit, there's going to be a little bag of goodies right here inside. That's the ribbon, the bells, some twine, 2 tags there. You're going to get 2 squares of a napkin, 2 squares. Why 2? Because sometimes we have an oopsie. Sometimes we have an oopsie, and it's very easy to fix napkin art because you can just patch little places. So I'm giving you 2 just in case. All right. You're also going to receive some cardstock here and some patterned paper here to create your little gift pocket on the back. Okay. And then let me show you some of these because they're so cute. So like this one with the snowman. Do you see how everybody has their own ribbon? I like this ribbon because it reminds me of a scarf. Feels kind of sweatery like a scarf. So they all have kind of their own coordinating papers and fun. Okay. So if you would like to order these kits, we have a link for you directly to my shop site. And all of them will pop up and you can make your choices if you would like to do that. And we will be happy to ship those out to you. Okay. So let's talk about what you're going to need. We need all the items here in our kit, the napkin, something to create our little paper backing, our tags, ribbon, bells, all the things. But what else do we need? We're going to need some Mod Podge. I prefer Mod Podge matte in the yellow label for napkin art on canvases. Now, napkin art, I'm going to pretend like no one knows anything about napkin art today, okay? Because some of you may have never done it before. I'm going to pour out some Mod Podge into my little tart tin here, okay? So Mod Podge matte is my favorite medium. I got to move on. I have all these gift cards over here. And I think some of them still have stuff on them, so I need to be careful. It's 6x6 by 1.5. The reason I love the chunkies is this. Look, they stand on their own. They can be on somebody's desk. They could be a shelf sitter. They could be cute on a tiered tray. They're just super cute and really easy. Okay. So I'm going to start. You'll need Mod Podge. If you want anything to sparkle, I like to use Stickles for that. Stickles is kind of like a glitter glue. This is diamond. It also comes in crystal. I like the clear ones because they kind of take on any color you put on top of them. And yeah, they're just super cute. So I'm going to take my scissors here and cut my napkin apart. Okay. You could do this for every season. Absolutely, you could. This would be something to give cute for birthday. I mean, napkins are available out there everywhere. And if you really want some cute napkins, I have a napkin club. And actually, that's a good segue into our napkin club because if you are watching from the Jingle Mingle free Facebook group, all of you that are watching are going to get a special backdoor invitation to join the Napkin Club. Okay. Right now we're operating off of a wait list, but because you've taken the time and effort to come and be a part of our awesome event, we're going to give you a special backdoor link so that you get to bypass the wait list. Yay. So Cheryl's going to post a link for you so you can just get information about that. I don't want to take up your time today. You can go and look up the information and see what you think. And if you think it's a good fit for you, we'd love to have you. And I send a variety of napkins every month to our members, and then we create with them. And I give you all kinds of awesome ideas what to make with them. Okay, so I just put a coat of Mod Podge on my canvas right there. Do you see how it's nice and wet? You want to make sure that it's a healthy coat. And a healthy coat to me is it needs to be really good and wet. We don't want to be too chintzy with the Mod Podge, but we also don't need it to be flooded either, right? Just a good, healthy, thin coat. Now, I don't know if you saw me do this, but I took off the plies of the napkin. So I'm going to show you with the other napkin here. All right. All napkins have plies. And plies are just layers. Okay. Some have 2, some have 3. All the napkins you're getting from me have 3. Okay. If you get any of the kits, they have 3. Now I'm going to show you my way of separating a napkin. Okay. You ready? All right. I call it the lick and stick method. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for saying that. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm tapping my thumb and my finger. Okay. And just tap it a little bit till it starts to feel a little sticky. And then just press your thumb and your finger together and look what happens. Voila. The layers come off. Now, this works great for me. Okay. There's another layer we got to take off. Boom. Okay. Now, if the lick and stick method doesn't work very well for you, you could also use a little piece of washi tape. You could use a little piece of Scotch tape or painter's tape on the back layer to kind of pry it away. If it's really stubborn, sometimes I get a pin and I kind of pick at a corner until I can get it to come off. Okay. All right. So here we go. You ready? So I have my Mod Podge on my canvas here. And now I'm going to kind of start from the top and pull down. This napkin is going to be a little larger than the canvas. So I want you to decide kind of how you want to position it on here. Okay. And it's going to be fine whichever way you go. All right. And now be really cautious about smoothing it. Your brain is going to tell you to smooth the napkin. I'm going to tell you not to, because when the napkin is wet, it's at its most fragile. If you want to just kind of lightly tap with your fingers to start, that's okay. And I'm going to share my super secret weapon with you today. If you want an extra smooth napkin with not a lot of texture, not a lot of wrinkles, some of you use a chip brush. That adds some texture. But if you want it to be smooth, wrinkle-free, all of that, I'm using a plastic sheet. Okay, this is just a plastic sheet. This is actually a deli bakery plastic sheet. I get them on Amazon. But you could even use what's in your kitchen right now. If you have saran wrap, if you have any kind of plastic wrap, you can use that for this method. Okay, so I'm going to put my plastic down. And then I'm going to start in the center and start kind of smoothing, usually just one finger to start from the center out. Okay, from the center out. Now, as you do this, then you can do it a second time with a little more pressure. And you're going to see the Mod Podge kind of come up through the napkin a little bit. Okay, so don't let that worry you. That's okay. And we're going to just smooth this napkin right on top of this canvas. Did you notice we didn't paint anything? We didn't paint anything. All of these canvases are white already, so there's no need to paint. And that is something you do need. You'll learn more about that if you do join the Napkin Club, but we have to be careful with napkins because their tissue's so thin. If you put, let's say, I'm going to pick on Sue. Sue Conjures, she's a friend of mine. She's in my group. She's a friend of mine. So if Sue decided she wanted to paint this canvas, this pretty green, right? This pretty green, like the green in the tree or the green in the holly, she could do that. But when she puts her napkin on, guess what color Santa's beard is going to be? And the white on his clothes. The color that's on behind the canvas the color that's on the canvas, yeah, that's right, comes through the napkin. It's going to show through the tissue. So you kind of have to be careful about that. I like using white, especially with Christmas, because it just makes all the colors really pop. They're really bright and beautiful. So let's look at this. Look how awesome that is. You're going to even see the texture of the canvas kind of coming through. So it really looks like your napkin art has kind of been printed on the canvas. Okay. So what's cool about that is, like, you know, if you have any napkins that look painted, hand painted, or watercolored, honest to goodness, it looks like your projects have been hand painted or watercolored. Okay. It's really, really fun. So Deborah, we'll get you the information, the link for that. If you want to join, it's $24 a month. And no cancellation fees or anything like that. But we'll send you the link. We'll post the link here so anybody can look. And if you're interested in a kit, we'll post the links are being posted in the comments as well. If you want to order a kit, that's a great place to start, is order a kit. I'm just drying it. I just want to make sure it's fairly dry. Because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sand off the excess. Okay, we're going to sand off the excess. So see how the napkin, like I said, it's a little bit bigger than the canvas, and depending on how you centered it on your canvas, you're going to have some parts that need to be sanded off. Now you could use like a foam sanding block like this. You could use just a simple little scrap piece of sandpaper. If you have a sanding file, if you have an emery board will work too, because it's just the napkin tissue. It's super, super thin. So this is not going to be hard. If any of you have issues with your hands, have arthritis, this is not going to be hard for you to do. Okay. So we're just taking off all that excess. Okay. Now, something to know is we have to protect our napkin art. It's hard. Sometimes we forget, oh yeah, this is just a really thin, layer of a napkin. So it's going to be important that we go back and after you sand off the edges, we're going to go back with the same Mod Podge mat and just do a thin coat over the top. Now, this is going to do a couple things for us. This is very basic napkin art. We're barely scratching the surface of all the things that you can do. Okay. So we're going to put a nice thin coat, or just a thin layer. It doesn't have to be much, over the top. This is going to seal the napkin. It's going to protect the napkin. What is a napkin's purpose in life? I always like to ask this question with new people. What is a napkin's purpose in life? What's its function? It's going to look milky and it's going to dry crystal clear. What's a napkin's purpose in life? Yes, to absorb. That is a napkin's purpose in life. It's to absorb, right? To absorb. So we need to make sure that it's sealed to protect the napkin. Also, we get a second benefit by sealing the napkin. We can do pen work on the napkin if we want to. We can outline things. We can add sparkle. We can do all kinds of fun things to our napkin art sometimes. We're going to keep it really basic today. But the other thing is it makes your napkin more transparent. Okay. By sealing it, it's going to make your napkin more transparent. And when you get really into napkin art and you start layering and collaging and all the things, that will become more and more important to you. Okay. Yes. The chunky canvases are available at lots of craft stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Robin, Walmart even. So yes, these chunky canvases, you can find them just about everywhere. Okay. So now we're going to let this just dry on its own for a second. And we're going to play with how we're going to embellish this guy. Okay, we're going to set that to the side. I'm going to go into the little baggie that's going to be in the kits. A couple of little, these are just like little tags, nothing special. They already have some string in them, so you can tie those off in bows, or you can make it even cuter and add your own twine or ribbon. Obviously, you could stamp on them, you can write on them, you can put photos on them, you can put a recipe. You could put a little cookie recipe or something on there, your hot cocoa recipe. I mean, I just think there's, it's kind of like a fill in the blank thing. Anything you want to do to those. And I'm going to go to the ribbon here and the Jingle Bells. So here's your ribbon and it's wrapped with some twine. So we are going to undo this. Okay. And the first thing I'm going to have you do is we're going to cut, I have a ruler here somewhere. Here it is. We're going to cut off, I'm going to say 5 inches of twine. Okay, 5 inches. Okay, 5 inches of twine. We're going to set that to the side. We're going to take the longer piece of twine here now that you have. And this is what I like to do. We're going to thread the Jingle Bells on this twine. So what I like to do is I like to dip the end into my Mod Podge. Dip the end into your Mod Podge and then just twist it up. The tags are just paper. They're just paper. You could do something fancier if you want to. So by twisting it like this, it dries very quickly, but it's almost like a needle. It gives you kind of a pointy, nice and pointy, so it doesn't try to fray when you're threading your Jingle Bells through. And that's exactly what we're going to do. No particular order. Two of the canvas kits have red, green, and gold Jingle Bells, and two of the other canvas kits have red, gold, and silver. So I kind of made those choices based on the ribbon. So I have them all threaded here. Okay. And now I'm just going to tie them off right in the middle. See, just real tight. So it makes a cluster. And you can tie it off one more time. We'll get a really nice cluster here. Okay. Now we're just going to leave this. Oops. We're just going to leave this alone for a minute. Okay. That's step one. And let's play with our ribbon. I picked out some really pretty ribbons for you guys. I order these. I get them through a manufacturer. They're so pretty. Look how pretty that is. It's actually sheer, so you can kind of see through the white there. Really, really pretty. Okay. What I'm going to have you do is we're going to take 25 inches. Okay, so there's 24. I'm sorry. Oh, we've already cut them for you. I forgot. We cut them for you. So you have a shorter piece and you have a much longer piece. So they're already cutting your kit. That's awesome. Okay, so longer piece right here. This is the piece that's going to go around the canvas. So put your longer piece to the side for a moment. We're going to work on the bow, which is the shorter piece. Okay, this is the shorter piece. How many of you are bow challenged? Anybody bow challenged out there? Okay, if you're bow challenged, I'm going to show you how to make the easiest bow and a really pretty easy bow. I like to use a clothespin to help me as my third hand. And we're going to take that little 5-inch piece of twine that we cut off. Okay. You're so bow challenged, Betty. Okay, Mary, y'all just watch. This is going to be so easy. All right. This is the shorter piece of ribbon. I'm going to take this ribbon and I'm going to kind of position it like a tribute ribbon, right? You know what I mean? Like a awareness ribbon or a tribute ribbon. You see, just like that. So these are going to be the tails of my bow. And up here, what's going to happen is I'm going to pick this up, my fingers in the center, and I'm going to take this back part right here. Do you see where my finger is right here at the center of this this loop? I'm going to bring this behind, and then we're going to scrunch everything up. Okay, we're going to do this again in just a second. Okay, let's show that again. Here we go. So these will be my tails. You can do this with multiple layers of ribbon, torn fabric, all kinds of things. I'm just using this wide ribbon. Okay, right about there. I'm going to pick it up where they intersect. I'm going to take my finger right here and I'm going to put it behind all of this. And where they intersect, we're going to just scrunch it up. We're going to scrunch it up. And this is where my clothespin comes in. This is such a great hack. It's so helpful. I'm going to take my clothespin and just pin over all that. Okay. Pinning over all that. Now I'm taking my twine. while the clothespin is still on it. And I'm going to start to tie this off, but I'm not going to pull it tight all the way. Can y'all see that? I didn't pull it tight all the way. Now I'm going to take the clothespin off and just try to make sure that I'm somewhat centered, and I think that I am. If you're not, just slide the twine over. Perfect. And I'm going to tie it in a knot. And if you don't want to use your baker's twine that's in your kits, some of them have red and white, some have black and white, some have green and white. Again, just based on the napkin. Okay, so they're all kind of custom. Look how easy, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. We're never going to see this because we're going to glue our Jingle Bells right there. Isn't that fun? So now I'm going to cut little flag ends on this bow because it'll be cute, right? So this is how, hi Kim, hello. So this is how I do it. I take my little scissors and I trim up the center, wherever, just eyeball the center. And I just do a little slit, okay? And then I go from the bottom corner to the top of that slit, and then the other corner to the top of that slit. I can't tell you how many times I have folded ribbon and gone to cut it and cut it wrong, right? And cut it wrong. And then I fold it again, and I'll be darned, sometimes I cut it wrong again. And then I have like no tails to my bow. Okay, there you go. Easiest bow ever. And you can do it with layers. You can do it with multiple layers, thinner ribbons if you want to, torn fabric. So cute and so pretty. Okay, really, really cute and pretty. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to speed up the drying process. I'm just using my heat tool for this. So I need to speed up the drying just because we're live and I don't want to take up all your time. So you can, I like to let my top coats kind of dry on their own for a little bit before I put a heat gun to it. Okay. And some of you have like mega heat guns, like industrial heat guns. Just make sure you keep your heat gun moving and don't get it too close. Okay. We're just kind of blowing hot air at it. All right. That's it. You like the clothespin hack? Oh my gosh, Pam, it's so easy. And it's that third hand, you know, because sometimes we need, 3 or 4 hands sometimes, right? Okay, so I want you to see nice and dry, nothing wet, nothing at all. So I'm going to turn my canvas over like this. So so Santa's going to be standing on his head for a minute. I'm going to grab my hot glue gun. I like to just use hot glue for this. And I'm going to grab that longer piece of ribbon. Okay, this could be really easy. I'm going to start right here on the edge and just kind of start with just a line. And then I'm going to do kind of a quick little bead of hot glue here, a little extra hot glue on the ends, and another little bead of glue here. Okay, I do have a precision tip on my glue gun. That is my favorite. And we're just going to kind of center this. I kind of use the napkin side, kind of line it up with the napkin side. It might hang over a little bit on the back, but that's fine. So I love this little precision tip. It has just changed my hot glue world, and I will never go back because you can control how much glue is coming out. It just makes it so much easier for crafting purposes. You're going to want to work fairly quickly on this because we don't want our glue to dry. And we're just going to work our way around the canvas. My glue gun is a Sure Bonder, easily found. You can find them Walmart, Hobby Lobby, I'm sure Amazon. Ooh, almost dropped it. So you're going to see how fast these come together. Gosh, you could get a ton of these made up this summer, have them right ready to go. You can, and then personalize them when it comes time and you want to give somebody a little something for Christmas, right? Or you want a creative way to give that gift card instead of just putting it in in an envelope or something. So it is going to you're going to have a little bit of extra here. We're just going to cut that off. I'm just going to cut that off so it's smaller. And then I'm just going to overlap it right here. Perfect. Just a little bit. And that's on the bottom. Remember, we stood Santa on his head. So this is on the bottom, so nobody will ever see that. Isn't it pretty? It's that gold sparkle, the green and white. I love this ribbon. It's so pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and do the back real quick. So here is what's going to be on the back of Santa. We're going to cover this up. All right, we're going to cover this up. And I'm just using a piece of green cardstock in here. Now, if you're making this from your own stash, you're going to want to cut this about 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Okay. It needs to be a little smaller than the canvas. And I like to use double-sided tape for this. I'm using specifically score tape, SCORTAPE. We have it in my shop. I love it for my paper crafting or needs, or anytime I need double-sided tape. And watch, it's terrible. Not meaning awful, meaning you can tear it with your fingers. You don't have to cut it. So I'm going to line up this double-sided tape on all 4 sides. And by the way, if you're in the Jingle Mingle Facebook group, I am guide number 2. I'm guide number 2. So if you go to the guides there, you're going to see my PDF supply list that has all the shopping links on it. It also has the Napkin Club backdoor invitation for those of you that are interested. And it has the link to the kits if you're interested in purchasing any kits. Really fun. This could be a fun craft to do with others too. If you have crafty family members or friends, and you just want to have like a Christmas crafting day. So you're just going to push this down. You can kind of see, you'll be able to see a little bit of white around all the edges there. And then this is going to be our pocket. Now this is double-sided, so you could go with this side or this side. I'm going to use the white dot. I think that's really cute. So the trick here is to remember this is a pocket. So we don't want to put tape on all 4 sides because then we can't get into the pocket. So we're just going to do it on 3 sides. Yes, it's a 1/4 inch. This is a 1/4 inch score tape. Okay. And I mean, if you want to use your tape runner or glue, you can use that too. I just love this score tape. This double-sided tape just holds up so well. Now, the next important thing, we need to make sure that we're looking at this right so we don't put the pocket upside down. And then the pocket is going to come right down here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And look, now you'll be able to embellish. You can even decorate these with paper, stamps, whatever you want to do. Just write on there if you want to, add photos if you want to, whatever you want to do. You can use the string that's on the tag, or you could replace that and with cute ribbon or cute twine, whatever you want. And that's how easy this is. Some of you may want to fuss up the backside even more. Maybe you want to put some ribbon across here, whatever you want to do. Okay, whatever you want to do. And again, this is a great place for us to put that gift card, little treats, anything small, gift certificate, you know, whatever you want to put. Okay, y'all ready? We're going to finish them off now. So I'm going to hold them up like this. Thank you. Thank you. I love making these. So I'm going to start with my bow, right? Easiest bow ever. And I'm going to put kind of a line, like 3 lines of glue across here in the center. And I'm going to put my fingers actually inside the bow because I actually want the bow to kind of be aimed towards the front, if that makes any sense. I don't want it flat. I kind of want it on its, almost like on its side. You can use, if you're worried about the glue, the hot glue, you could use like a popsicle stick or something, you know, to pop down in there. So do you see what I mean? You see how it's forward facing, it's not like flat down. Isn't that cute? If your tails are too long, you can always come back in and trim them. And I put my fingers inside the loops because I don't want the glue to come. Sometimes glue can come through ribbons, and I don't want it to come through the top of that. So next is my Jingle Bell cluster. My Jingle Bell cluster is going to go right here in the center. I'm putting a nice healthy blob of glue in the center of this bow. And you can put it in there however you want. I kind of do mine in the shape of a triangle. See how like there's one Jingle Bell up here, two down here, looks kind of like a triangle cluster. And just hold it for a second. I think everybody can see that. Isn't it cute? It's a little jingle. Now I just have the twine left. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the tail of the twine and I'm going to make a little knot in it. And the other tail, and I'm going to make a little knot in it. This is going to keep the twine from unraveling. Okay. And now I'm just simply going to make a bow. And I'm not going to pull this bow too super tight. I want it to just kind of fall right into my Jingle Bell cluster. Right? So cute. If you want to put a little dot of hot glue behind it, you can if you feel like you need to, but I don't usually. It's just fine. All right. So we have one more final step and we're done. Okay. One more final step. Santa is magical. Can we all agree that Santa is just merry and magical and all the fun, right? So I'm going to take my stickles. I'm using diamond for him. My favorites are diamond and crystal. We also have one called unicorn. That's really, really pretty. I'm going to go, and sometimes this is hard to see on white. I'm going to bring the camera down here a little bit. You can put this on with a paintbrush if you want, but I'm just going to use, do you see that the tip of this is just a little really nice kind of micro tip. I'm going to go in and I'm going to make everything that's white sparkle. Can you see that? Look at the sparkle. So I just kind of squeeze some out and I use the tip to kind of color it in. And if you want, like I said, you can use a paintbrush. So anything that's white, I'm choosing to sparkle. You could sparkle some of your ornaments, even on the Christmas tree over here. I'm going to start with Santa. Now this does take just a little bit of time to dry. That's why it's the last step that I ever do. Make sure to get his eyebrows. So it can just sit to the side and completely dry. And y'all, this is so fun. It's fun, it's easy, doesn't take a lot of time and effort, but it's going to feel so sweet to someone to give them something that was handmade, right? I feel like we need to get back to that. We need to get back to a handmade Christmas. Everybody has everything that they want. If they want something, they always just go get it. I just feel like we need to get back to sentimental, reasons for gift giving. So you can see there, see all the sparkle? I'm going to put him over here on this camera. So you can, hopefully you can kind of see the sparkle there as well. Isn't that pretty? It's going to take a few minutes to dry, but then it'll be right ready to go. If you wanted to do some of your ornaments over here, I just want to show you that when you put it on top of color, it doesn't change the color, right? So you could come in and do some of this on the ornaments as well on the tree if you wanted to. Okay, cute, right? Okay, let's look back again at your other options. All right. I think this one is great for anybody that you would want to give, like, your hot cocoa recipe to, your cookie recipe to, gift cards to their favorite coffee shop. I just think this one is just so cute. I'm kind of a snowman. I'm a snowman person. Living here in Texas, we never really get to have snowmen. So when we finally do get a little snow and we can make something, snowmen are kind of magical to us here. Isn't that cute? Be merry. So that's the snowman one. This is a great one, just general. It's Merry Christmas, and all of it is made from candy canes. Now I want to show you one thing I did do on this one. I did some pen work on this one. Do you see anywhere where you see black lines? That's my pen work. I did a little black line around all this. If you're going to do pen work on your napkin art, you have to seal the napkin first. Otherwise, what does a napkin do? It absorbs, right? It's going to absorb in the ink. So we need to seal it, make sure that top coat of Mod Podge is completely dry, and then you can go in. I like to use pit pens for this. They are steadfast when they're dry, which means they don't react with moisture or water of any kind after. So make sure it's a waterproof journaling pen or something, because I did go in and stickle all of this. Do you see how everything's sparkling? And you don't want your black ink to run when you add the stickles. Okay, so there's that one. I should be showing you the ribbon too, sorry. Here's the ribbon. This one has a green and white twine bow. Isn't this pretty? This plaid. Let's go back. I forgot to show you this one. This one has red, green, silver. And then I just thought the chevron ribbon, it feels like a sweater. So to me, it was like perfect. Feels kind of like a scarf. So it was perfect for the snowman one. We just did Santa. And then I think this one's so cute. For those of you that are kind of farmhouse style, if you like this, the little Santa gnome, look at the little ho, ho, ho on the truck. He has some sparkle in him as well. And I did black and white ribbon on him, red, green, and silver. And of course, they all have kind of unique papers for the back that coordinate. Okay? So I hope that you enjoyed this today. It's